Thank you for tuning in to another week of Outside the Box. I'm your host, OnneyTheCeo, and today I have an interesting segment for you. I have a woman that is living completely outside the box. So I want you guys to stay plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. And we're back like we never left. And once again, I'm your host, OnneyTheCeo, and today I have an awesome autism mom that rocks in the building. She's into pageants, she's into biking, she's into archery. Without further ado, I want to give it up for Miss Maria Merrick.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on Outside the Box to share your journey. I want to ask you, I've met you, we've made an awesome connection, and definitely upon meeting, we became really great friends. And I admire you, I admire your journey. And although I know many things about you, those that are watching, I want them to be able to get a glimpse to the woman behind the face. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what all you do?
Yes, of course. Well, first, I would like to identify myself as being an autism mom. Mm-hmm. I'm a mom of 4, 2 on the spectrum. I'm a disability advocate. I've been advocating since they were born because I never imagined that I would have kids with disabilities. So it has been a long, hard journey, and the journey never ends. Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Everybody's concentrating on kids, and they don't think about what happens when they turn adults.
Right.
You have to gain guardianship. You have to sue your child to gain guardianship. So you will have to be taking care of them the rest of your life. So, that does affect me. However, when I hit 50, my life definitely drastically changed. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and say that, yes, I endured over 20 years of narcissistic abuse in a marriage. So that ended, and when that ended, I found myself with very little resources, a 19-year-old car with no transmission, the care of the kids, the bills, and the mortgage, and extreme PTSD. So I had to start completely over at a deficit. And what I would want to tell women who are married, any kind of advice, whether they're special needs moms or not, this is my advice. Keep a part-time job. Mm-hmm. Keep some kind of a job, even if it's working at a Valero. Mm-hmm. Because when you are thrown back into the workforce after a decade or longer, they don't care if you have a degree, if you have experience, if you have a real estate license. They don't care. They care what you did the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. They care if you're employed. Mm-hmm. Why do you have that gap? What do you mean you were raising kids? That doesn't count. Mm-hmm. So I don't care what it is. Keep a part-time job, and at least keep one car in your name. Mm-hmm. That is my advice.
Nice. Okay. That's a nugget. So now that you are over 50 and you're single and you're a mom and you're still raising children, but at the same time, you're going after dreams and goals and living your life to your fullest potential at this point because you're a writer. You just got a new position. Can I share that?
Yes.
So can you tell us about your new position?
Yes, I do have a real estate background. I've been in property management for almost 5 years going on. And I just recently got a job with the great state of Texas, so I will be working for the Department of Family Services. This is really more of what my heart speaks to. This is more my life mission. Okay, and I'm in grad school as well because I thought, gee, I just don't have enough to do. So, yes, I'm working on getting my master's, and it will be an MSHS with a concentration on family development and community relations. So this is just perfect. It's just perfect.
Especially being a disability advocate and everything. It just puts you right into the realm of the universe is just smiling on you right now.
Oh, gosh, yes. I was just, it couldn't have come at a better time. And it's, it's an early Christmas present. Yeah. So I'm thrilled with that. And I feel like I can help more families that way. And I'm going to bring my experience with families with special needs into that. So, yes, that and... So once I did hit 50 and I found myself in this situation, I kind of went back on my creative side to nurture my soul because I was so devastated. I was so hurt. I was just in a hole. So I fell back on my theatrical and dance background, and I ended up working for Sherwood Forest Fair as a summer camp counselor and a medieval art teacher.
Oh, wow.
Because, yes, my original degree was in fine art, and I wound up getting a journalism degree. So, I do write occasionally. I do still write. And that's another thing. I never had a chance to really write. So now I am writing. I have a column in the Autism Moms Are Beautiful magazine, the online magazine. Yes. And
shout out to AMAB.
Yes.
I love them. That's my girl.
So it's called the Legislative Corner. And it's a very vibrant magazine, and I feel like it brings the autism moms to life.
It gives them a voice, most definitely.
It gives them a voice, and sometimes we are so tired, we feel like we have no voice, no one listens to us, and sometimes we're so tired, we don't even have energy to speak.
Right.
So this is, I shouldn't just say the autism moms, there are some autism dads that are in the magazine and, need to be heard and should be heard.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a great magazine. Y'all need to check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. Yeah. So back into the writing. I'm also writing some novellas. It's kind of, I'm thinking it's more the horror genre. Kind of some, bad choices in men that I have made, I thought, oh my gosh, nobody's going to believe this, So
we all have those stories, girlfriend.
I know. I was
bad.
Like, oh my God, let me just write a novel about this, and I'll just say it's fiction. So.
Now, I actually want to backtrack a little bit because you said you were in fine arts, and you did archery. Is that how you pronounce that? Can you tell me a little bit about archery and what that is?
Yes. So, again, I found myself at that time period, I was going back. People tend to go back to what they felt the most comfortable in. And I said, my God, I used to do this. I used to do this because I had lost myself in this narcissistic quagmire. I said, I used to do this. I was good at this, Let me go back to that.
Yeah.
So I used to take archery in college, and I said, I think I'm going to try that again. Do I even remember how to hold a bow and arrow? So I found these groups, and I found these medieval groups, and I've always been very interested in that. I've been kind of a history buff, so I got involved with these medieval archery groups, and I started going to fair, and And I said, you know what? No, I'm going to take my certification. I can do this. I can teach this.
Yeah.
So I took the certification, and I am a Cert 2 with USAA. It is the same organization that trains the U.S. Olympians.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'm a Cert 2, and, classes start Saturday. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I might have to go on and sign up. I might have somebody I might need to.
Oh.
I'm just playing. But now, because I don't want to be all over the place, I just want to cover so many different things. I see you have this All-American Texas lady across here. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, oh, gosh. Right after I got divorced and I was desperately looking for a position, I started working temp. And so I was working at this one property, and this lady said, she was a pageant director.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, what does that involve? And, because I was in theater in the past, and I was a semi-professional ballet dancer. So I was used to performing, but I thought, pageantry, what is that? That's just for kids. And she said, oh, no, there's ladies from all walks of life, and there's different. She goes, no, you don't have to compete in just looks or talent. You can do community service as well. And so that kind of piqued my interest. And I said, no, I can't do that. I just can't do that. And I think that was 2016, and I just kind of had in the back of my mind, I said, you know what? I am going to do that. I am going to do this. And so I put forward that for the Ms. and Mrs. All America Pageant, and submitted my community service resume, and they graciously welcomed me, and I have to make X amount of appearances, and I couldn't believe it. I was thrilled. At first I'm like, oh my gosh, I said, I'm over 50, and she's, oh yes, so you would be in the lady division. I said, well, yes, I would. So I'm Miss Texas Lady for 2020-21.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, I'm proud of you, for picking yourself up out of something that seems so dark. I have also been a victim of narcissistic abuse, and I am now a survivor. And when you're in those type of dynamics, they slowly pick parts of you, they break down parts of yourself.
Yes.
And it happens over time. It's almost like a grooming. And before you know it, you're engulfed and you're lost. And then when you lose that relationship again, you lose yourself, and you're trying to find out, like, who am I? Because you've been molded to be who this narcissistic person told you were all these years, only to find out that it was a whole lie. Like, you can do anything you set your mind to. You can live outside the box. You can go get that new Harley. Speaking of that, you got a new Harley too.
What? What?
Tell me about this new Harley, girl. I saw you pull this bike out. I'm like, where she think she going?
Well, yes. So I was definitely thinking outside the box. So my ex, I had bought him a bike. I bought him a bike with one of my really good real estate commissions. That was soon wrecked. But I rode on the back of his bike. I rode on the back of his bike. I mean, think about that analogy.
Yeah.
I was always in the back. Okay, and then after the divorce, I had a friend, he's a good guy and everything, but I was still on the back. I was on the back. And then recently I had another friend that I, would go on short trips with and everything. I was still on the back.
Yeah.
And then one day I just woke up and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be on the back seat anymore. And I went out and took the course, passed it. We practiced in the rain. I don't know how I passed that. So bought myself a 2003 anniversary edition Harley Davidson from another woman. So we were like girl power.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna be practicing next week. We're gonna go on some little short rides. I joined a female biker club, not a gang, a club.
Okay.
It's a club. So yeah, I'm real excited about that.
So that's awesome. So let me see if I can get this right. So you've gotten your Harley, so you can become a biker chick. You're Miss Texas lady, okay? You're getting your grad. You're in grad school.
I'm in grad school.
Okay, getting your master's. You I seem like I forget. You're a writer. You're a disability advocate. You just got a new job working for CPS. I mean, you have all these wonderful things going on. I'm just waiting on you. Gonna slide me that book to publish, but we'll talk about that on another segment.
I'm only on chapter 3.
Okay, but we getting there. You are a lot further than some people are. So commend yourself for that, especially with everything you have going on. And how do you juggle it all? You know, being a mom and having all these ambitions that you're actually reaching out and touching now. How do you juggle it?
It is it's hard sometimes. It is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Plus I was also commuting. It is hard. You just need to literally go day by day sometimes. And I used to do that when I was incredibly sleep deprived. When my kids were very young, and my youngest child with autism, he's nonverbal. He was not potty trained till he was 14. And I washed 7 loads of laundry a day. I did the yard. I washed the cars. I did the shopping. I did the cleaning. I did everything. I did the after school stuff. I did everything. I literally sometimes I would think, am I going to make it to 5 o'clock? Am I going to make it to 6 o'clock? So, I'm way past that. So now I literally go week by week, and I set goals. And the important thing, I think, is to write it down.
Make it plain.
Yeah, write it down and put it somewhere where you can see it, like on the refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, so where it subconsciously goes in, and then you look back at those goals, you're, oh my God, I did that.
Right.
I did that.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's almost like an accountability reminder.
Yes.
To say, hey, you're supposed to be doing this. And that list is supposed to continue to grow. Once you check something else off, you write something else on.
Oh, you're adding more to my list?
That's what living outside the box is. You got to keep growing and glowing.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to tell you, I am working on a project for veterans.
Okay.
Come to think of it, I'm meeting with the people with Camp Hope.
Okay.
This Friday.
So tell me a little bit about that. What is that
my
about?
gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm going to be out there at Boots for Troops on December 11th at their casino night. So I'm going to be kind of helping out with that. It's another really good veterans organization. My group supports Operation We Care, which also puts packages out to our active duty. But this Camp Hope is partnering with another organization to provide transitional housing for veterans.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, it's
because that's another group of people that kind of get forgotten.
Oh my gosh,
you know, once their time is up serving the country, it's almost like no one cares about them.
Yeah,
so it's really good
the
to
blinders
see.
are
Yeah,
on.
the blinders are on.
Go for it. Just go out there and do your thing. And they don't even, they don't have credit anymore. So this organization will help them with all that. They'll help them transition back into civilian life, and it'll be 6 months, I think. A maximum of a year for transitional housing, and they're going to be renovating this. It's a former hotel.
Okay.
It's a former hotel, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, just giving back in all kind of ways. I see.
Yeah, I mean, got to help our military.
Yeah. So if we want to stay up to date, you do have an Instagram page, right? So they can follow you at Merrick. Maria. And you can kind of like peruse her pictures, follow her, like her, her stories and everything. She kind of gives us a glimpse of her life there on her Instagram. And you also have a Facebook page, right?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. There goes that bike.
Uh-oh.
She's a beaut. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, it's got LED lights too. I was like, oh my gosh, should I be doing this? Yes, I should.
Yes, you should. You only live one time. Come on now.
Yes, that's what my daughter tells me. YOLO.
Okay, that's what I
YOLO.
live by. Well, I definitely want to thank you for coming on the segment. And I also want to remind our viewers, while I have your attention, that we are on multiple platforms. You can actually find us on YouTube, Google Play, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Hip Hop Streets, SoundCloud, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, and you can also find us on Facebook. Yes, indeed. So find a platform that works for you. Like us, subscribe to us. Definitely join the Outside the Box movement. I want to thank you again, Maria, for coming and letting me get all in your business.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for inviting me. This is great.
This is cool. I feel like, I know some things, but now they know some things because you're a dope mom. You're awesome. And I'm hoping that someone sees this segment and is encouraged, inspired, and motivated to just do it. Just follow your dreams. You're never too old to do something new. And even if it's something that you thought about 20 years ago, it's not too late. If you still can get up, walk, talk, breathe on your own, do it. Live outside the box. So that is our segment. I want to thank all of our listeners, all of our viewers for joining us and for continuing to support this show where we shine light on those that are doing amazing things in our community. I'm your host, OnneyTheCeo, and you are Outside the Box.